Cletus McFarland fans just got hit with news nobody wanted to hear. Niece Motorsports is bringing the number 4 Chevrolet back for Saturday's race at North Wilkesboro. But Cletus won't be inside it. A 20-year-old nobody has ever heard of is taking his seat instead. And if you think this is just one bad weekend, wait until you hear what it means for the rest of his season. Let's start with the facts. Niece Motorsports announced that Donovan Strauss will drive the number 4 truck in Saturday's Faith Fest 2 and 50 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Strauss is 20 years old. He's from Mooresville, North Carolina. And this will be his first ever NASCAR National Series start. Not his second, not his 10th, his first. That's a big deal for Strauss, but it's a gut punch for Cletus. Here's why. Cletus McFarland, real name Garrett Mitchell, has only made 2 Truck Series starts in his entire career. Both of them came in this exact truck, the number 4 for Niece Motorsports. His first start was at Daytona back in February. It did not go well. He started 12th, got loose off turn 4 on lap 6, and slammed the inside wall. He finished 37th, race over before it even started for him. Then came Michigan in early June. This time, Cletus actually looked like he belonged. He finished 25th. That might not sound impressive, but it's the best NASCAR finish of his entire career, across every series he's raced in. Better than his ARCA starts. Better than his O'Reilly Series runs. Better than Daytona. Michigan was proof he was improving, and now, just weeks later, he's not even in the truck. Let that sink in for a second. He finally puts together his best run yet, and the very next time this truck shows up on a schedule, someone else is driving it. Not because Cletus asked for a break, not because of a scheduling conflict he chose, because Niece Motorsports made the call, and it wasn't in his favor. So who exactly took his spot? Donovan Strauss isn't some random walk-in off the street. He's actually earned this. His racing career started on iRacing, the same simulation platform a lot of today's rising drivers came up through. From there, he moved into real cars, racing in the Cars Late Model Stock Car Tour for the past 3 years. In 2025, he ran the tour full-time and posted a best finish of 7th at Caraway Speedway. He's also not walking into North Wilkesboro blind. Strauss has plenty of laps at that exact track from his time in late models. He's even been working with Niece Motorsports engineer on their Chevy simulator ahead of the race to prepare. In his own words, that simulator work has been huge in getting him ready. This isn't a team throwing a random kid into a truck and hoping for the best. This is a calculated decision. This wasn't put together last minute either. Niece Motorsports announced back in April that Strauss would attempt his Truck Series debut at North Wilkesboro. That's 3 months of planning before Cletus even climbed into the truck at Michigan. So while Cletus was out there posting his career best finish, this weekend was already locked in for someone else. He didn't lose his ride after Michigan. The decision was made long before that race even happened. North Wilkesboro isn't the only thing happening this weekend either. On Friday night, before Strauss even makes his Truck Series debut, another driver named Connor Hall takes the wheel of Niece Motorsports' number 4 Chevrolet Camaro in a separate Cars Tour race at the same track. That's 2 different drivers, in 2 different cars, both wearing the number 4 in the same 48 hours. Niece Motorsports is running that number like a rental, not a personal ride for any one driver, including Cletus. And here's something that makes this sting even more for Cletus fans. Strauss isn't even the only new face who's been in that number 4 truck this year. In fact, he's the 5th different driver to pilot Niece's part-time number 4 truck in 2026 alone. Before him, that list includes Cletus himself, Ben Meyer, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Connor Hall. That's 5 drivers rotating through one truck in a single season. Think about what that tells you. This truck isn't built around one driver. It's a part-time ride that Niece Motorsports uses however they see fit, race to race. Cletus doesn't own that seat. He never did. And this weekend proves it. So where does this actually leave him? Right now, Cletus McFarland has exactly 1 confirmed Truck Series race left on his 2026 schedule. It's the playoff race at Talladega in October. That's it. 1 race months away at one of the most unpredictable tracks on the entire schedule. Talladega is famous for pack racing and Big One wrecks that can end anyone's day in seconds. No matter how good they are, between now and October, Cletus has nothing locked in. No North Wilkesboro. No midsummer race to keep building momentum. Just a long gap and then one shot at one of the hardest tracks to control on the whole schedule. That's the part that should worry his fans the most. Momentum matters in racing. Drivers get better by stacking laps and reps close together. Cletus just had his best outing ever, and now he has to wait months with nothing to build on it, then walk straight into Talladega chaos as his only chance to prove Michigan wasn't a fluke. So think about the position Cletus is actually in right now. His best career finish just happened. His momentum was building, and instead of getting a follow-up race to build on that Michigan run, he's sitting out North Wilkesboro completely, watching a rookie make his own NASCAR debut in the exact truck Cletus drove weeks ago. This raises the real question everyone's asking right now. Is this the end of Cletus's push into NASCAR, or is this just a normal part-time schedule doing what part-time schedules do? Here's the case for it being nothing serious. Niece Motorsports never promised Cletus a full season. His deal was always for select races, not a full-time ride. Teams rotate drivers through underfunded or partial trucks all the time to bring in sponsorship money or give development drivers a shot. Strauss reportedly brought a new sponsor with him too, a performance apparel brand called Nightclub Suck, making its first ever entry into NASCAR through this deal. Money and opportunity often decide who's in the seat more than performance does. But here's the other side. Cletus just posted his best finish ever in that truck. If the team truly believed in him as a long-term option, this would have been the moment to keep him in and build on that success. Instead, they moved on to a driver they've clearly been developing behind the scenes for months. Strauss has been hanging around the Niece Motorsports shop, working with their engineers, training on their simulator. That kind of investment doesn't happen overnight, which means this plan to put Strauss in the truck was likely set long before Michigan ever happened. And that's really the uncomfortable part for Cletus fans to accept. This isn't a story about Cletus messing up and getting benched. It's a story about a team that was already moving forward with someone else, while Cletus was still out there trying to prove himself. He did everything right at Michigan. He improved. He finished his best race ever. And it still wasn't enough to stop a plan that had already been set in motion. That's a tough pill to swallow for anyone chasing a dream in this sport. Cletus McFarland fans expected him to keep climbing after Michigan. Instead, he's on the sidelines this weekend, watching someone else strap into his truck. And that leads to the biggest question of all. What happens at Talladega? That October race isn't just another start for Cletus. At this point, it might be his last real shot to prove he belongs in that truck long-term. Talladega is chaos on four wheels. Survive it clean, and Cletus could walk away with another strong finish that keeps his name in the conversation. Wreck out early, like he did at Daytona, and it could be the final data point NASCAR teams use to decide his ceiling. Keep an eye on how Strauss performs this Saturday at North Wilkesboro. The number 4 truck story isn't over. 5 drivers in one season already tells you this seat is far from settled. Cletus might get another shot in it before the year ends. Now it's your turn. Do you think Cletus gets another chance in that number 4 truck before the season ends? Drop your prediction in the comments and make sure you're subscribed, because when Talladega rolls around in October, you're going to want to see exactly how this story ends.